1, 2, 3, 4. I told you so. I told you. I told you so. I told you. Remember when I told you about 9/11? Remember when I told you about Building 7? Remember when I told you about the fluoride in the water? Yes, I did. Remember when I told you about the New World Order? Remember that? Remember when I told you about the chemtrails in the sky? Remember when I told you that NASA was full of lies? Remember when I told you about the ultra mind control? Well, I just want to say that I told you so, yeah. Remember when I told you about 432 hertz, that is, and what 440 can do to you? It hurts my ears. Remember when I told you about the vaccine agenda? Yes, I did. And that Michelle Obama is a transgender. Yes, he is. The dinosaur fraud, the climate change scam, and yes, Sandra Bullock is also a man. Remember when I told you that there ain't no clone? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the TV flicker rate? And how it puts your brain in an alpha state? Remember when I told you about germ theory? Remember when I told you about gravity? Remember that? Remember when I told you about Paul McCartney? Remember when I told you about direct energy? Remember when I told you about Monsanto? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. Remember when I told you about the mainstream media? Your so-called celebrities and pedophilia. Remember that child trafficking and that adrenochrome? Remember when I told you about the Georgia Guidestone? Remember when I told you about the false flag operation? Remember when I told you about 5G radiation? Remember that I told you that? Well, I just want to say that I told you so. 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 Yeah. But you didn't listen. I told you so. I told you so.
We will be back in some form.
We have an army of digital soldiers. because this was an insurgency.
Hundreds dead, thousands infected across multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents? Well,
all the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, you are.
All right. OP Patriots out there kicking ass and taking names. Welcome to the party, folks, to PatriotPartyNews.com. I am your host, Chaz Carter, better known as Underground Patriot, coming to you live from the Wolf Den, folks. Greetings. We got an action-packed show tonight. Pretty excited about. And first things first, give me a little bit of a roll call. I see it already happen in Alabama. They did it first. Texas. I see you, Texas. Wisconsin, Central, that is. Just checked in. D. Turner, 52. Thank you. South Carolina. Michigan, good to see you. Newport, Kentucky's in the house. Texas is in the house. Michigan, Ohio, Oklahoma's in the house, Buffalo, freaking Texas. I see you, Angela, one of the hardest working admins over here. Louisiana, bad boy Bill Coon. I didn't forget about you, too. Here's another one. Michigan's representing tonight. Who's representing their state tonight? Florida, good to have you. Ruruco Dogs, Georgia in the house. Tennessee, there you are. I see you. Mississippi's in the house. Cali's in the house. Good to have you. New Mexico's in the house. Canada, good to have you. London's checking in. Australia's checking in right now. Good stuff. Arizona just kicked in the door. Right. West Palm Beach, Florida. Arkansas said, don't start this party without me. Michigan here, Chaz. I see you, Deborah. In the Rumble Rant. Thank you. Good freaking stuff on that. Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia just checked in. South Dakota just checked in. Good to have everybody. Texas, Alabama, Texas, South Carolina, Ruruco Dogs, Georgia in the house. Awesomeness. Pennsylvania just checked in. Good stuff. Well, this is where the cool cats go to get their daily intel, news, and bread. That's right. It's the PatriotPartyNews.com, folks. We are more than just a website. We are a full-functioning badassery patriot broadcasting network, broadcasting around the world 24/7. Hey, there's so many different ways to be able to support us. Obviously, you can donate to the cause and help PPN. We would sure really appreciate it. The links are in the chats and also our website. If you just click donate now, it will explain everything there kind of at a high level, what's happening behind the scenes so you guys know exactly what's going on. Also, don't forget our partners, which are incredible as well. Everybody from Hunter's Blend Coffee, Skycom PTT. By the way, if you didn't hear, Charlie Ward got activated with it. And with Charlie and some others' help, we're going to have radios and satellite radios in foreign countries all around the place, especially the UAE. And in very important places, I don't want to say publicly, but we'll have boots on the ground reporting, and it's going to be freaking awesome. Awesome, folks. Don't forget, go Skycom, get your radio now. Get off grid with us. You're going to want to. If you watch the midday show, you see where Mike Harris came on, went through the bells and whistles on some of that, explained some of the technology behind it, because, I mean, it's military grade with what we have in our possession, which is pretty freaking cool. Also, don't forget, please, the Roots brand. You need to get you some of that clean slate, therootsbrands.com/ppn. They have amazing products. However, clean slate is the go-to in terms of what they're putting up in the air and to be able to protect us. And if you folks didn't know, if you click on the shop tab, you will see where all the Patriot Party nutraceuticals that we have here. It's obviously connected with Farmer Ryan. You can take your pick, go through, and everything is there. And again, it's PPN 20 is PPN 20 is the discount code there as well. And then obviously here is SkycomPTT.com. Here, I'll go to the front. So a lot of people ask, okay, Chaz, what is set up in this radio that makes it so astronomical badassery? Okay. Well, first thing you want to do is click on Shop Now, and then you're going to see the PPN red button right there. You just click on that, and what is going to appear is the most amazingest radio ever for off-grid and being able to communicate if you are in the dark, communication-wise. This is the SK386C digital two-way radio. What makes this so special? It has a universal SIM card. What does that mean? Every single cell phone has a SIM card that is attached to you and your phone only. What the universal is going to do, it's going to bypass when the stuff goes down. You're not going to be able to make calls. It's going to be jammed up. This allows you to bypass that, go through all the carriers that used cell phones. And not to mention, if heaven forbid the world only had 3 cell phone towers, guess what? This radio can find them. Besides that, can also go through satellites as well. Pretty amazing. And I would highly encourage you to get yours today. There are financing options. We know that there's some people that, on fixed incomes, and they don't want to be left out either. So we got programs for that. All you got to do is contact them. Mike talked a good little bit about that today on the show. So I would definitely take advantage of that. Also, folks, if you really want to get things cranking up in your life, here's your chance. Text your first and last name, city and state to 877-776-6391 right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to send you the free demo. It explains what we're doing, the opportunity behind the scenes. A lot of folks are feeling the pressure of high grocery prices still. Praise God, gas looks like it might be coming down. But still, people out there are hurting and are looking for something real, and they don't want to be fooled by AI, period. Okay? You want to deal with true human beings that have an interest in working with you and helping you and so forth. It's quite amazing. We've already got some testimonials. I'm planning on having up on some of the shows, and so people can not just hear it from me, but I'm trying to provide an avenue for you to be able to take advantage of right now and get the jump on everybody for what's about to happen. So anyway, text your first and last name, city and state, 877-776-6391. All right. I think I see Warren up in here in the studio. Let me go ahead and bring him on. Let me hit this button here. Okay. What's up?
What up? What's going on?
Man, avoiding these storms that's hitting me right now that head to you.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't even heard nothing about it.
Yeah, it's cray. Lights flickered a little bit. I was about to text you and say, hey, man, my power might be out. I might have to look up a generator or something if it goes completely out. So,
well,
yeah,
Melissa,
it's in your way.
Melissa said that was actually, Melissa did say that was coming. She came between shows and picked up a trailer to used tomorrow or something. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had to go dig it out. So it was all good.
Well, there's a lot obviously to cover, lots of different things, different perspectives that are happening right now. We had a great conversation earlier, I felt, talking over some of the things and whatnot. Well, I've always been a sci-fi buff. I've always liked that sci-fi. And that's probably why I'm a little technical as well. I'm a nerd. Okay, I'm a Trekkie, or whatever your word you would call me. I can't remember what you said, but anyway.
Or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably had something to do with a neck.
Right. But, man, have you been keeping up with this CERN stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
So they just
6 a.m. We switch off the Large Hadron. June the 29th, 6 a.m. We switch off the Large Hadron Collider for 4 years. We're replacing about 1.2 kilometers of the 27-kilometer ring with the high luminosity LHC magnets. This will give us a machine that's 10 times brighter than the Large Hadron Collider, 10 times more data. So it really is an opportunity to explore the universe in a way we haven't done before. And what that does is when the particles come around and then we bend them towards each other, if you make the bunches of protons smaller and smaller, you get many, many more collisions. You concentrate everything in the same place. That's what these super high field magnets are doing. Installing this is a massive task. It's by far the biggest thing that CERN has done for the last 20 years. And what we're doing here in this building is this is a test ring. We're testing the technology, and it's much easier to test it here rather than in the confined spaces of the LHC tunnel. And we've already learned some really critical information about some of the design of this. We've updated the design based on our tests. And it's amazing to be here today that this is now operating. It's at its operating temperature of 1.9 Kelvin. So this is a superconducting liquid helium system operating at 1.9 Kelvin. That was a massive milestone for us in this project. So we're now confident that when we go underground and start installing the high luminosity Large Hadron Collider, we will be successful. We know what we're doing. We've tested the installation procedures here. June the 29th.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy.
That's some crazy stuff, isn't it? A lot of people think that, it's more like a portal, and, they kind of make the analogy of like the Shiva statue and the Hindu god of destruction, and how CERN has, I guess one thing it's done is fueled conspiracy theories forever, but they think that, there's a lot of rituals going on there and occult activities. Princess Leia, her brother is extremely involved in that thing, and she was all in the sci-fi movies and things. There's a bloodline there that has, I think there's some stuff going on like that. So there's it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. So, all they're doing is seems like trying to bend time and things like that, man. That's looks like what they're doing to me.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. So it's again, I've always been obsessed with time travel and things, and it's just, I swear to you, if I could ever get my hands on one of them, it's over. I'm going back. It's going to be ripples in time, and watch out. But yeah, that's kind of crazy to even think that way. But like we've always said, we've been lied pretty much our whole entire existence. And it's not going to happen overnight. I think we all can agree with that. It took us this long for this to happen. But it seems like things are speeding up. It doesn't matter what angle you're looking at this. Things are speeding up, and there is progression in events, in certain things that are taking place. Good decisions are being made. I can confidently, and I feel strong. I told you that today. Even talking about Trump, I was agreeing with some of the decisions he's making now. I know you said something in regards to Trump, and correct me if I'm wrong, about Trump coming back around and with certain things to maybe fix or to change it up where everything is chill. Am I correct to say that, or?
It's an operation. You know what I mean? It's an operation, and some things, in my opinion, are going to happen. Like, man, think about the people that he has said, put his name behind. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What is going on here?
Right.
But at the same time, because I see things happening that have to happen, I say, okay, well, we're headed in the right direction. He is the president of everybody. It looks like, almost like the king of everybody type scenario. So I'm on the side that I give him a little leeway, but at the same time, I question things. I definitely.
I'm gonna continue to pray. That's all I know what to do is to pray.
Okay. In my opinion, what we're doing is way bigger than Trump. You know what I mean?
100%.
But Donald Trump is the public face of a planned operation, that is probably, I don't know, who knows how long it's been going on, freaking decades, and it's about dismantling a globalist deep state. The operation at least began before the 2017 presidency. Well, in my opinion, it involves Trump accepting an invitation from some generals, from people that wanted him to run, because he's the only one that could have done it. It was either that or go straight into chaos because of a takedown of our government because of how nasty it is. And I think people remember and understand how bad things have been. And hey, we're things that have to happen. Bad people are beginning to finally be taken down. Even children are being found, which is a bigger thing. So,
Sure.
To me, he is, Trump kind of accepted an invitation. He's kind of serving as commander in chief of a huge movement, a military campaign that is going on. And it is really, what he's doing is global and federal, and it's aimed at controlling like kinetic, maybe some aspects as far as the digital battlefield, cyber attacks that are just beating us up like crazy. But for this to succeed, it's always been known that it requires our participation. We have to get involved on a local level. We're going to have the opportunity in the near future to be able to get back into our elections, into our communities, without people having fear of, oh gosh, they're going to come raid my house and look what I put on Facebook, like the things that have happened. We're past that point finally. So to me, this is, we're dealing with organizations. We're not talking about just that, but we're talking about the Vatican. We're talking about the Lloyds of London. We're talking about some, Luciferian, ball worshiping, Moloch loving, freaking nasty idiots that decided they are more important than us. And their primary weapon, I feel like one of them, is the elections and the bonds. That's how they're taking that's how they're screwing us up all day, every day. And if you take the 2008 crisis, we were around, we understand the 2008 crisis. I think you had something nasty happen.
Very much so.
With some home, with some real estate. Well, this right here, what we've got going on is 20, 30, 50 times crazier than that. It is that ELE. It's an extinction level event. And that's because after that thing, they made it to where banks had to hold on to almost half of, or a significant portion, let's say, of money that was put in. And all that money that was put into bonds. They made it to, they kind of forced them into putting it into bonds. Well,
Right.
that money, before it could get into the bonds, it was stolen. It was in a situation where it could be stolen. Well, at the same time, everybody that checks into fraud on bonds or the IRS or the SES, they were all freaking fired. And that's been going on for 10 years. That the people that are investigating the bad guys are gone. Kind of like, hey, we're going to have some conspiracy theories that are true, so we need to make this thing called fact checkers. Whoever is fighting the drugs coming over are actually the ones that are employing the drug dealers. It's crazy. So that's what I see happening. And I feel like there's not micromanaging going on. Things are happening that we don't want to. Bad things are happening to good people. But we are stopping the engineered chaos that they had going on. You know, I do know of threats that have been neutralized where, let's say you've got 5 containers coming across. Hey, Doc Pete Chambers, who you know, he was at a port, and he got a team together and led an operation to take out 3 to 5 containers. And when you take what's in those containers out, they all made a whole bunch of AK-47s. And that was brought over for those same guys that me and you watched with those freaking bracelets come across the freaking border. And that's crazy.
Now looking back, how long ago was that? 2 years ago?
I don't even know how long we've been doing this.
7 years, believe it or not, close to it. Talking about conspiracy theories, what you just talked about there. Well, this is another one that we should put a check mark up on. Congressman Luna, check this out.
Assets of the intelligence agencies, specifically pertaining to MK Ultra. Were they MK Ultra victims?
Yeah, theoretically, Manson, I've never been able to prove absolutely. Jack Ruby, I believe, this is something else. The Warren Commission investigation, on the Warren Commission was Alan Dulles, the former CIA director, who authorized and ran MK Ultra until he was fired by President Kennedy. The liaison to the committee for the CIA, who handled the information coming from the CIA back and forth to the Warren Commission, was Richard Helms, who was a direct supervisor of Jolly West. They knew who West was. They knew that what West was capable of and what they had paid him to do and what he had reported to them that he could do, including inducing mental disorders in people. That was never disclosed to the commission as far as anyone knows. So I believe that West was put in there to keep Jack Ruby from telling his story.
Bringing it out, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bringing it out. It's pretty crazy, Chaz. Pretty bunch of vampires is what it is. Bunch of vampires that are doing the freaking drugs, the what do you call them, hallucinogenics and all that stuff.
Right.
You know, it's crazy. It's as crazy as it can be. It's a wild battlefield, man. It's a crazy freaking battlefield that we're involved in.
By the way, just let everyone know there's $200 worth of silver in every flock camera. Just throwing that out there. Just let you know.
Hey, you mentioned silver. I tell you what, hey, that thing's fixing to rock and roll. I'm going to get it into first quarter next year, and that sucker might rock and roll into the fourth quarter this year. We're ready. We're getting ready.
Yeah, why not wait on it, guys? Go ahead and get over there to Miles Franklin, get the PPN price list. Here it is, info@milesfranklin.com. Again, ask for the PPN price list. They got the best prices in town. Hey, this is interesting. I remember back in the day, I hadn't heard Qualcomm in about 20 freaking years, but I used to have a phone called Qualcomm. It was back in like the early 2000s. It was the one that you could fold up. The whole freaking thing would just fold up. And you'd be like this. And it wasn't nothing like what we have now, of course.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. This is interesting. Check this out. Qualcomm is talking about the 6G. Here.
Everyone, everywhere. All 6G will track everyone, everywhere, all day, every day. That's what the CEO of Qualcomm just admitted in a podcast.
6G is going to do, not only at your neighborhood, not only at the city, at the state, but at the entire country level, will map the digital twin, I think, of the world. And that also become very interesting. Of course, in today's, I think, environment, if I say that, everybody will understand it. Like you can do drone detection. You know, everything that is moving is going to be tracked. You have a radar at scale.
So basically, 6G won't just track digital devices. They're talking about building a model of the entire world where they can track anything that moves. This is even scarier than what he admitted earlier.
What is 6G? 6G is designed for AI. So in addition of the networks making connectivity and give you faster connections, will sense everything around you. You take the AI to the next level, you can actually get facial recognition of everybody in the room. That's going to be done at scale at a 6G network, and that's more context.
It almost makes no sense for him to admit something like this so publicly. But then again, they're all openly admitting that 6G is pretty damn scary.
To 6G now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done, and now they're up to 6. Let's do it again. What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin. See how perfect that is. I like the cameras the old days. So they just had a nice feature. Now they cover every little. Let's see, Michael, you're in good shape. You're not gonna, but I tell you, it's the 6 is coming, huh?
And by the way, this gets even worse because this 6G mass surveillance is also tied into all these AI companies and their shiny new products.
We're working with pretty much all of them.
I think like OpenAI, Meta,
all of them. And you have different things that people wear.
Yeah. So there you go, Matt. I think that all the data centers, this is going to connect with that. It's going to be like radar, except the radar is going to be able to recognize everybody.
Data's the new gold, man. It's freaking crazy. And they're over there messing around with nuclear fusion and freaking atomic freaking stuff, you know. And
could that be a potential scare event on that? Something like that was to occur. I mean, at that level, we're talking about massive destruction, are we not? I mean, that's like at a level probably that we probably couldn't even conceive of. You know, that's kind of scary.
Oh, it's serious. I mean, you know, that's you know, fission is the science that powers all nuclear reactors today. So that's kind of like when neutron particles slam into larger atoms, such as like uranium 235. It splits into smaller ones and turns and ends up being like barium or krypton. Well, all this stuff is just making crazy freaking energy, like energy from the freaking sun. That's some pretty serious stuff, if you ask me.
And stuff I don't want to. It's a permanent tan.
I don't mess with sun, man. I don't mess with it. I ain't playing. I ain't playing with all that stuff.
That's funny. So Nancy Mace has come out and she says she's seen the Epstein client list and warns that the names on it will shock the whole entire world. This is interesting because things are starting to come to a head. Here is a video of her talking about this. I was hoping she was going to start dropping some names, but let's see here.
I was Doug Band today, and when you get the transcript, you see what I was able to expose. It's kind of shocking.
Oh, speaking of which, you were integral for releasing the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Were you surprised? So I looked back at this George Stephanopoulos interview from like a year ago. Were you surprised to find out as he's pressing you on these questions that he was actually in the Epstein files closely tied to him?
Nobody's surprised. I mean, look at the way that the left shames women, especially survivors. And, we just saw hundreds of thousands of women in a British report raped by grooming gangs.
Yeah. So obviously, hopefully that's part of, the boomerang or coming back around that will expose everybody. I pray for that because they've obviously seen it. And a lot of that's what's another interesting, even the statesmen or women that have seen this list have been taken out by Zionist Jews it's a lot of the elections.
Well, if I were going to do it, I would have, I would have done the start of some really big taking down of people. I would start the purge big time and get some of those ones that can cause damage. Because right now we've had a few little appetizers, but nothing to speak of. But in my opinion, they've been strategically taking down people that were sent here from other countries to do this. Plus, in my opinion, the grand juries are going well, and my information says that we've got tier 1 operators all over Alabama doing major training, major things going on, California, and a few other places. So if anybody out there, tier 1, if let's say if you happen to know somebody that's with Constellus, or any of the Blackwater group, they're probably any contractors, they're probably on the phone a bunch. They're talking and they're like, they got buddies leaving and moving, and like they're starting to say, they're conducting drills, they're conducting exercises, because they all know, they all communicate with each other. Contractors, they go where the money is.
Right.
So, they're out there getting intelligence. They've got, I would say that mid-level people are fixing to have some real bad days. Mid-level people, like military, Pentagon, and intelligence. And now through about the end of September. And I don't know that we'll know when all those are going on, but eventually we will hear about it because it is happening in the background, in my opinion.
Things that also happen in the background is Israel is actively developing supposedly space lasers designed to carry out military attacks from space. Hey, did you see all that red stuff? All that stuff coming down, like lasers and earthquakes were happening. It was going one way, then it came back. It looked like one of those old Knight Rider lights. You know what I'm saying? It went back, back again.
Going to bring us a tsunami, huh?
Yeah, that's what the word on the street is. A lot of people have been talking about. I can't deny that. I mean, it makes sense to me in that type of situation. And in some cases, too, what could it be part of the scare event? I know we can put all of our cards on the table, but the amount of destruction that we've seen in Venezuela, with the building supposedly, and a lot of that, I saw 4, I think I got the video and I'll maybe show it here in just a second if I can find it, but like 4 big high rises came crashing down, man. I mean, it was like you could see everything shaking. Sometimes you just see something like maybe doing something like this, but this thing was doing like the twist, like everything was just dancing around you. It was kind of crazy.
Well, yeah. When I see those things from the beginning, I've been thinking about what's going on underneath that building. What is happening underground? What's been happening on the top floor? What's been happening, there's some major stuff, and what's being held in those areas, as far as bioweapons, as far as things like that. When you get into that stuff, those are some people that they're in trouble.
So this is coming from the general on X. This is breaking. Scientists say they have, for the first time, created a synthetic cell built entirely from non-living chemical components that can feed, grow, and replicate just like a natural cell.
Now that's the scary stuff.
Terminator. I'm telling you, that's the living tissue over the robots. See,
that's some scary stuff right there, brother. That is
another level, isn't it?
Yeah, that's some nasty stuff. That is like Terminator.
Yeah.
And
watch. I mean, it's crazy. But
it's
real amazing how technology, but it's a double-edged sword as well. Breaking news coming in: Russian bombers over Kyiv as we speak. This is just taking place, it looks like. Video coming. Huge Russian bombers in the sky, just absolutely decimating Kyiv there in the Ukraine. I was like, there's another one. Damn.
Wow.
So that's the developing story. We'll see how, a lot of folks will react with this. Hey, question for you. And I'm not necessarily too keen about this either, because division causes issues for unity. But Tucker Carlson announces a plan to build a third political party. There should be a good faith effort to figure out what benefits the country. If you make $60,000 a year, you're degraded. The promise of your children's lives is likely gone. No one seems to care. It's not even a factor. I don't care about Hamas. The U.S. government should have as its first priority the welfare of its own people. And Carlson said he doesn't want to be a candidate in the new party. Do you know what the new party is going to be? I have no clue. So I don't know what.
An independent party, which is what a lot of people think we should go to down the road.
Don't we already have that, though? Or am I wrong?
Well, yeah, it just doesn't do anything. It doesn't get, it's put in there. It's been, in my opinion, put in there made up to steal, to take votes away from. They've had people that, it's kind of like Democrats going and being at the Republican National Convention and voting and things like that for who they want to be, somebody they can beat easier,
Right.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, the thing is they're all dirty. They're all dirty. And maybe something like that, who knows? Tucker might do a deal like Elon did and go and do his job and be getting his stuff together. And I don't know that, but have it ready for down the road when something has to happen. I don't know. It seems different, Tucker versus Elon, but in a lot of ways it seems the same.
Mm-hmm. This is the video I was talking about in Venezuela, man. It's wild. So pay close attention to these buildings in the background here. Look how crazy. Look at the fury. Look at the cars. Look at that.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was bombed. I didn't realize it was an earthquake that took it down.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the cars. I just, for the first time, was looking at the cars. I was looking at the buildings more, but watch the cars, dude. About flips over the freaking cars. Especially that Jeep back there or whatever. That's crazy.
I don't want to be there.
Nah, it's definitely no bueno on that. Any final thoughts? Anything that you have, Warren, that you'd like to share? Or
a lot of people have been talking about Gitmo, when it's going to start up and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if into September, 1st of October, that it starts kicking. I would say that places like Guam and Diego Garcia have been going. They're like Gitmo, and we will. Been told I can go, so that's cool. Not that I'm gonna be there reporting anything, but I'm gonna go and see it. I guess we'll see what happens, but and whether that comes true. But be looking for that. But I think that the 4th is great. The 5th is wonderful for. But I don't know how it's going to go as far as the Jubilee, but I sure hope that our elderly, our Social Security, things like that, and J6 and Tina Peters and different people get what they have coming to us. Plus a whole lot of good people out there that need a little help. It's getting past time. It's going to go longer than what we want it to go, though. We've always known that. It's going to suck.
Amen. You heading over to Talk Time?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Bye.
See ya. Another one in the box, folks. Appreciate everyone tuning in as you always do. God bless the Republic of the United States of America, and God bless you, Patriots. Without you folks, there is no America or world for that matter. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Hi there, I'm Chaz Carter. Welcome to Patriot Shoot. If you're looking for a censorship-free platform where you can freely express your thoughts and connect with like-minded individuals, then you're in the right place. At Patriot Shoot, we offer more than just a membership. For just $8.99 per month, we provide you with daily intel, weekly giveaways, and access to our exclusive voice chat platform called Patriot Talk, where we have somewhere between 200 to 400 active members just on that alone, discussing a wide range of topics every single day. You'll gain access to our state groups where you can connect with members in your state at a grassroots level. Our community is all about open dialogue and sharing valuable information without the fear of being silenced. Whether it's discussing current events, giving advice, or personal matters, or simply connecting with others on Patriot Shoot, it is the place to be. So what are you waiting for? Join us today. Experience the freedom of speech and just fill out the form below and get started. We cannot wait to have you here with us, and welcome aboard.